Right, day 4. No longer cold, no longer getting cold shivers, which is good. I hated that. Still doing well, still smoking a lot. I'm out at the moment trying to scrape together, the money that I've got, to spend on things like to buy some more cigarettes, because it's keeping me going even though unhealthy or whatever. But today I want to talk about eating, because I've mentioned sleeping. Or if I haven't, I'll briefly mention it now. I haven't been sleeping very well. I got 2 hours on the first night, 4 or 5, I think possibly 5 on the second night. Third night leading to today, I got about 4, probably 4, 3.5, 4. So that's not too bad, I can survive on that because I was on a training course, so there wasn't much physical activity and all that, so it seemed all good in that. But it can't last, like I need to be refreshed and stuff, for my day, especially when I start my new job. I'm gonna need to smash that. There's no opportunity for laziness there. Second point is eating. Now I like food, I really do, or at least I thought I did. It may be the case that I just enjoy eating while high, munchies and all that. As a kid, I wasn't a very big eater, and I wasn't a very tall person. I'm not really that tall now. But when I was a kid, I wouldn't eat very much. Like my mum would always feed us well. She'd always give us good dinners and that. But I wouldn't really ever eat them. I'd always, 3/4 or whatever. So it's potentially not a big eater, right? But then, I went off to college, aged 18 in Sheffield from Newcastle. Got into weed. Started eating shitloads, grew like 4 inches, and then came back, and was like, this is amazing, I'm a big eater, man, eating food. But then, it's not that. It was just the munchies, but constant smoking weed made me like constantly have the munchies, and therefore think I was a big eater. So, me being a big eater is not really the point. It's more that sort of, I think, a symptom of quitting weed after, like, you don't really get much if you smoke like a gram a week or like a quarter a month or something like that. That's not much at all. You'll have absolutely zero symptoms from that probably, unless you're like highly susceptible to that sort of thing. In my opinion, which is pretty much worthless considering I don't really know much about it other than my own personal experience, which everyone knows is completely different to everyone else's. So yeah, I've not been eating much at all. I've been waking up, having like a banana as soon as I got up, and then feeling sick while driving to work, only after 1 banana, At work, I'd have nothing, so I'd eat a banana, like 7:30, about to leave for work or something, and then nothing throughout the day at all. Just like a couple of cigarettes, like four breaks, because it's a training course. You get tons of breaks in a training course. So yeah, like 4 cigarettes, 4 breaks, and then no food at all. And I'd come home, and then I'd get to dinner time, which is pretty much now. I'm gonna go back and eat some dinner after this. 7 o'clock, so 5 to 7. So yeah, just another update on me. I mean, for some reason, I honestly believed that I would have a lot of things to talk about every day, but I don't. It's mostly the same. Like I get distracted by something, be it like an interesting TV show, a conversation, just driving my car and getting lost in what I'm doing and seeing, or whether I'm at work or concentrating on something, or even, doing something a bit rubbish, like tied in my room or playing guitar, for instance, something like not very difficult to think about, if that makes sense. Not very. We'll move on from that. I was getting easily distracted, and while I was distracted, I'd be thinking, holy shit, I feel great, I've got no symptoms at all, I'm over it. But then that would kick it back into it. It'd be like, love a zoot right now while learning this, guitar track, because it would just be harder to learn, admittedly, because I have noticed that I'm able to, possibly short-term memory improving since smoking less weed, but that hasn't actually made me more able to learn new things on guitar, because I've been less able to like sit on it for ages. Like when I was high or something and I was learning a new song, like or even just one note on a guitar, you know, because every note is obviously in tune. I'd just play one and I'd be like, oh, it's beautiful. Just any note at all, you know, especially like the more bassy ones or whatever. But now I don't really get that. It still sounds nice, but it doesn't sound like as fat, full, you know, like physical, if that makes sense. So yeah, able to learn songs easier but less driven to do so since quitting weed, in summary. Right, I'm going to end the video here, and I feel that I'm going to do what most people on YouTube do, or YouTubers do, which is find some sort of sign-off thing. Like, I've been watching a guy at the moment, Jack Hill, on YouTube. The big secret is his name is actually Michael Hill. But yeah, if you look him up, he's got really, really interesting stories about prison. You know, because whenever you watch a documentary, it's always hand-picked, like the prisoners who are well-behaved get interviewed while they're in prison. You know, the cameras will stay there for like 3 weeks until they find a fight and then film it and be like, prisons are evil, you know. Or some of them do, not all of them. But this is just one dude in front of one camera telling his personal perspective. He goes into loads of details, isn't embarrassed to say anything. And I don't know why I'm promoting this guy, because I have absolutely, literally 0 viewers. But Jack Hill is awesome. You should give him a watch. And the reason I've mentioned him is because he has like quite a cool sign-off. He goes like this. And I love that. I think that's I don't know why I love that, but whenever he does it, I'm like, yeah. So as you can tell, I've got a hell of a lot of energy compared to you know, the video on day one. I'm like just full of fucking nothing, you know, like I'm full of the energy to do nothing. Like I was sitting so bored, you know, just on my computer watching YouTube videos, trying to chat to people on Facebook, but it just wasn't really enjoying it for some reason, you know. So not feeling good as of yet, you know. Like I'm still able to handle the symptoms I'm getting, i.e. I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to go you know, relapse. I always do the fingers like that because it makes sense. If I go relapse, that's just got the quotation marks in the middle of the word, so that makes no sense, you know. So I always go like, you know, relapse, although it looks stupid. I shouldn't do that. So yeah, I'm going to steal Jack Hill, Michael Hill's. I don't know, actually I should respect him. He doesn't want to be called Michael Hill. He's changed his name to Jack Hill for a reason, and I like him, so I'm going to respect that. His name is Jack Hill, but I'm still stealing his sign-off. So I will see you tomorrow for day 5.